Confessions 16. But we are carried away by custom to our own undoing, and it is hard to struggle against the stream. Will this torrent never dry up? How much longer will it sweep the sons of Adam down to that vast and terrible sea which cannot easily be passed, even by those who climb upon the ark of the cross? This traditional education taught me that Jupiter punishes the wicked with his thunderbolts and yet commits adultery himself. The two roles are quite incompatible. All the same, he is represented in this way, and the result is that those who follow his example in adultery can put a bold face on it by making false pretenses of thunder. But can any schoolmaster in his gown listen unperturbed to a man who challenges him on his own ground and says, Homer invented these stories and attributed human sins to the gods? He would have done better to provide men with examples of divine goodness. It would be nearer the truth to say that Homer certainly invented the tales, but peopled them with wicked human characters in the guise of gods. In this way, their wickedness would not be reckoned a crime, and all who did as they did could be shown to follow the example of the heavenly gods, not that of sinful mortals. And yet human children are pitched into this hellish torrent, together with the fees which are paid to have them taught lessons like these. Much business is at stake too, when these matters are publicly debated, because the law decrees that teachers should be paid a salary in addition to the fees paid by their pupils. And the roar of the torrent beating upon its boulders seems to say, this is the school where men are made masters of words. This is where they learn the art of persuasion, so necessary in business and debate. As much as to say that, but for a certain passage in Terence, we should never have heard of words like shower, golden, lap, deception, sky, and the other words which occur in the same scene. Terence brings on to the stage a dissolute youth who excuses his own fornication by pointing to the example of Jupiter. He looks at a picture painted on the wall, which shows how Jupiter is said to have deceived the girl Danae by raining a golden shower into her lap. These are the words with which he incites himself to lechery, as though he had heavenly authority for it. What a god he is! His mighty thunder rocks the sky from end to end. You may say that I am only a man, and thundering is beyond my power, but I played the rest of the part well enough, and willingly too. The words are certainly not learnt any the more easily by reason of the filthy moral, but filth is committed with greater confidence as a result of learning the words. I have nothing against the words themselves. They are like choice and costly glasses, but they contain the wine of error which had already gone to the heads of the teachers who poured it out for us to drink. If we refused to drink, we were beaten for it without the right to appeal to a sober judge. With your eyes upon me, my God, my memory can safely recall those days. But it is true that I learned all these things gladly and took a sinful pleasure in them. And for this very reason, I was called a promising boy.